the African Women's Development Fund to make a statement.
Your Excellencies, Mr. Chair, fellow activists and colleagues, all protocols observed, and with gratitude to His Excellency Mr. Philemon, President of the UN General Assembly, for the opportunity to speak today. 30 years ago, the adoption of the Beijing Platform for Action formalized the simple yet powerful notion that women's rights too are human rights. The promise of gender equality ignited hope and significant progress around the globe. Today, I honor the tireless feminists whose vision and determination made this possible. The platform was both a commitment and a roadmap. It included, in its final chapter on financial arrangements, a call to provide significant and flexible funding to women's rights organizations, especially in the Global South. That call was never fulfilled. Instead, women's rights organizations were left to work with less than 1% of ODA. And despite all odds, we achieved extraordinary impact, advancing not just gender equality, but also democracy, peace and security, racial and environmental justice, disability rights, and the rights of indigenous women and gender diverse people. Here, I must celebrate the feminist funds that channel funding to the hardest to reach organizations. For example, in the past 7 years, the Leading from the South consortium, of which the African Women's Development Fund is a proud member, has provided over $100 million in grants to 1,200 organizations in Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the Middle East. But today, the gains we fought so hard to secure are under attack, not by accident, but by design. The decision by several governments and philanthropic actors to cut funding for gender equality in the past few years is a calculated blow, I believe, to women's access to education, healthcare, economic independence, political participation, and bodily autonomy. The recent funding cuts by just 2 governments and 2 private philanthropic donors to women's rights organizations were recently estimated to around $730 million per year. Every funding cut translates into real harm. A girl forced out of school and into marriage, a survivor of violence left with nowhere to go, a pregnant woman denied life-saving health care, a women's rights defender intimidated or even killed. We must immediately commit to protecting gender equality for all, not with words, but with resources. Governments, international organizations, private and corporate philanthropy, including in the Global South, must urgently invest significant, sustained, and flexible funding to women's rights organizations, directly or through feminist funds. This is not an act of charity. It's a matter of justice. And it is not an impossible task. It is a matter of political will. I thank you.